My child, you have been strong for so long. And nobody knows how much that has cost you. You have been the one who holds it together. The one who shows up. The one who keeps going when everything in you wants to stop. You have been the steady voice in rooms full of chaos, the calm face in moments of crisis, the person others lean on, while quietly, privately, in the spaces no one sees, you have been coming apart at the seams. You sat down today because you needed to. Not because someone told you to. Not because you had extra time. But because something in you, something exhausted and honest and bone-deep tired, needed to stop performing and just be held for a moment. So stop. Right here. Right now. You don't have to be strong in this moment. You don't have to have the right words or the right faith or the right anything. Just come as you are, worn down, wrung out, carrying more than you were ever meant to carry alone. I see it. All of it. Every piece. I see the thing that happened that you still haven't told anyone about. The wound that reopened when you thought it had healed. The betrayal that didn't just hurt you, it changed something in you. It shifted the way you walk into rooms, the way you trust, the way you let people in. Before it happened, you were more open. More free. You laughed differently. You believed more easily. And then someone you trusted, someone you chose, someone who knew exactly how to reach the tender places in you, used that access to wound you in a way you are still recovering from. And the hardest part? You still love them. Or you loved who you thought they were. And that grief, the grief of losing not just the person but the version of them you believed in, is a grief that doesn't have a name. People don't bring you flowers for it. Nobody holds a service for it. You just carry it. You smile through it. You say you're fine and you keep moving because what else do you do with a loss that the world doesn't recognize as a loss? I recognize it. I want you to know I see exactly what was taken from you. Not just the relationship. Not just the trust. The innocence of it. The ease of it. The version of yourself that existed before you learned that someone could be that careless with your heart. I see what you lost and I am not minimizing a single ounce of it. You are allowed to grieve this. Fully. Without rushing yourself to the other side of it before you are ready. But I also need to tell you something. Something true that the pain has made hard to see. What was done to you was not a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their wound. Hurting people hurt people. That is not an excuse, it is an explanation. And the explanation does not erase the damage. But it does mean something important. It means the verdict they delivered on you with their actions was not an accurate verdict. It was a broken person making a broken choice and your heart was in the way. That is not evidence that you are unlovable. That is not proof that you were foolish to trust. That is not a sign that you should close yourself off and protect yourself by never being that open again. That is the enemy's interpretation of what happened. And it is a lie. Let me tell you about a woman named Ruth. She had built a life. It wasn't a perfect life, no life is, but it was hers. She had a husband. She had a home. She had a people and a land and a belonging. And then in a season she did not choose and could not control, everything was stripped away. Her husband died. Her father-in-law died. The future she had mapped out dissolved like morning fog. She was left standing in the rubble of a life that had promised her more than it delivered. And she had a choice. Her mother-in-law Naomi. Also broken, also grieving, also walking through her own devastation, released her. Go back, Naomi said. Go back to your people. Go back to what is familiar. Go rebuild somewhere that makes sense. You don't owe me anything. You are free. And Ruth could have gone. Nobody would have blamed her. The logical thing, the safe thing, the self-preserving thing was to go back. To protect herself. To cut her losses and start over somewhere the grief wasn't so thick. But Ruth looked at this broken woman standing in the road and she made a decision that changed everything. She said, "Where you go, I will go. Where you die, I will die. Your people will be my people. I am not leaving you." She chose loyalty when logic said leave. She chose love when laws said protect yourself. She walked into an unknown land, with nothing but her character and her faithfulness and her willingness to show up and work and trust that somehow, the God of this strange land would see her. And I did. I always see faithfulness. It never goes unnoticed by me. Every quiet act of integrity, every moment someone chooses love when hurt would justify hardness, every step taken in trust when trust has been broken before, I see every single one. And I respond to it. Maybe not immediately. Maybe not in a way that makes sense yet. But I respond. Ruth went to glean in the fields. The most humble, laborious, unglamorous work available to her. She didn't wait for the grand gesture. She didn't hold out for the miracle before she moved. She showed up. She worked. She was faithful in the small and the hard and the ordinary. And then she lifted her eyes one day and Boaz was watching her. Not any field. My field. Not any man. My man for her moment. The one I had positioned. The one whose character matched the depth of hers. The one who would not just meet her need but restore her dignity and her future and everything that had been lost, and more than had been lost. In one season, Ruth went from widow to wife. From gleaner to owner. From loss to legacy. My child, I am positioning something for you too. But I need to speak to the wall you have been building. The one you think is protecting you but is slowly becoming a prison. The decision. Maybe not conscious, maybe so deep you don't even recognize it as a decision, to never be that vulnerable again. To keep people at a careful distance. To perform warmth while withholding access. To be present in rooms while remaining untouchable inside them. I understand why you built it. I am not angry at you for building it. But I am asking you, gently, firmly, with all the love I have for you, to let me have it. Not to tear it down overnight. Not to fling yourself open to everyone without wisdom. But to stop believing that closing yourself off is the same thing as keeping yourself safe. Because the wall that keeps the pain out also keeps my fullness out. It keeps the right people out. It keeps the life I have for you, the rich, connected, trusting, open life, out. Healing is not the absence of pain. It is the willingness to stay open while the wound is still closing. And you are healing. Even now. Even in this. The fact that something in you responded to these words, that something cracked a little as you read them, that is not weakness. That is the bravest thing a human being can do after they've been hurt. That is the seed of your restoration pressing toward the light. I need to rebuke the voice that has been telling you that you are too damaged now. That what was done to you left a mark that will make you undesirable, unlovable, too complicated for anyone to want to stay. That you carry a kind of brokenness now that will drive away anything good. That the best you can hope for is a life that is smaller and safer and more guarded than the one you dreamed of. That voice is not mine. That voice belongs to the one who wants to use your wound to write your future. And I am telling you, with all the authority of the God who made you and knows your name and numbered every hair on your head, he does not get to do that. Your wound does not get the final word about your story. Your pain is real. Your loss is real. And I am not dismissing any of it. But it is not the end. What was taken from you, the joy, the ease, the openness, the trust, I am going to restore it. Not a lesser version. Not a cautious imitation. I am going to restore it with an upgrade. A version built on bedrock instead of sand. A trust that has been tested and is therefore unshakable. A love in you that has walked through fire and knows it can survive anything. You are going to love again. Deeply. And it is going to be more beautiful than what was lost, not despite the breaking, but partly because of it. Because of what the breaking built in you. Because of the wisdom and the compassion and the depth that only come from walking through the dark and finding me there. But before any of that, before the next chapter opens, I just want you to receive something. Not earn it. Not perform for it. Just receive it. My love for you is not contingent on your healing being complete. It is not waiting for you to arrive at some fixed, functional, fully restored version of yourself before I pour it out. I love you here. Cracked open. Guarded. Mid-process. Still figuring it out. Crying in ways you don't fully understand. I love you as you are, in this exact moment, with every ragged edge. You are not too broken for me. You are not too hurt for me. You are not too far down the road of self-protection for me to reach you, because I am already here. On the inside of the wall, not outside it. I have been here the whole time. Now I want you to say this. Say it slowly. Say it like you are setting something down that has been in your hands far too long. Say this. I released the weight of what was done to me. I released the lie that it defined my worth. I release the fear that I am too broken to be loved fully and well. I open my hands. I open my heart, carefully, wisely, in your hands, on your timeline. Heal what was wounded. Restore what was taken. Make me brave enough to stay open. I trust you with the tender places. I trust you with my story. Do what only you can do, asterisk. My child. You came here hurting and I want you to leave here held. You are not what was done to you. You are not the sum of every loss and every wound and every night you cried yourself to sleep wondering what was wrong with you. You are mine. Chosen before the foundation of the world. Loved with an everlasting love. Held by hands that were scarred for you, scarred willingly, joyfully, because you were